Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 36 press conference live stream with me, Holly Shand. It's an exciting one. There's a lot to get through today. We've got a birthday giveaway to give you all, which I'm really excited about. We've got loads of press conferences on as well. I haven't made my transfers yet. I'm hoping to do those on stream as well because all the press conferences should be rounded up by about 1:30. So absolutely loads to get through. If you're here, come and say hello in the chat. I'm still struggling a little bit with a cold, but I have upgraded the microphone, so hopefully you're all enjoying an improved audio quality. I think this is the last big upgrade of the tech for this season, but hopefully it is going down well for you today. So I haven't made my transfers yet, but I am pretty certain on what I'm going to do. We will get an update from Roberto De Zerbi on the status of Solly March, which is going to impact a lot of our transfers, but my transfer plans haven't actually changed since I released the team selection video yesterday. So I'm still planning on using my 2 free transfers to change formation and get in Isaac up front and go for a 3-5-2. Go from a 3-5-2 to a 3-4-3 with De Silva coming in as the budget option, just to pad out the midfield. So I'll be back in a 3-4-3 after that, and I think it's going to be Isaac captain for me this week, but the captain poll is live, so if you are in, do come and vote in the poll as well, because that's going to be really important. As I mentioned, lots and lots of press conferences today. I think there's about 10 going on during the stream, which is, pretty mad. So we've already heard from Klopp this morning. We're going to have updates from Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, Leicester, Manchester United, Southampton, Spurs and West Ham. They're all coming at 1:30. So that's going to make it very busy. But as always, the tweet deck is open to give you all of that latest news. So hopefully we can be abreast of all of it on this one. Other things, it was my birthday yesterday and I did promise that I'd be doing a special birthday giveaway. I'm probably going to do the giveaway before 1:30 because that's when we'll get really busy with the press conferences. So there's still time to enter if you haven't done so already. Giving away Alexander Isak's limited card on SoRare, currently worth about £30. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel and let me know your SoRare username and like this video. So if you haven't done so already, hop over to the chat and do that. I can see lots of people already hopping into the chat, which is great to see. So I'm going to head over there next. So thanks everyone that's joining live today. I just need to get the chat open on my screen so that, hang on, where are we? There we go. So that I can still see you guys. You can still see the chat as well. Lots of familiar faces in. Nelson is in. He said happy birthday once again for yesterday. Gazman said good afternoon. Tunde is in with a hello. Sponge says hi. Annie is in as well. Mike is in, as is FPL Veteran, Karen, FPL Clue and Chris. So lots of you in today. Chris has said would like to see my SoRare lineups for this week as well. I think I'm locked on SoRare. By the way, guys, if you are wanting to get involved in the giveaway and you're not on SoRare yet, there's still time to sign up, and then you can drop your handle in there as well, using the link in the chat. But in terms of my lineups this week, hang on, let me get it so that you can see all the lineups. So I've brought in Marcus Rashford into the amateur competition. I think he's a good pick for me this week. So that's padded out that, and I've gone with Trent captain again. In the Cap 240 limited, I'm actually going to Leeds against Newcastle at Ellen Road tomorrow. So I've done a little bit of I'm going to do a match day vlog, so I've decided to do a lineup with a few Leeds and Newcastle players in. I'm going with my uncle, who's a big Leeds fan, who's hoping that they avoid relegation. So I've gone with an attacking lineup with Harrison, Bamford and St Maximin in there. Premier League Pro is where it's at though, and I've been utilising my Trent card in the Pro, as well as in the Amateur, which is coming really useful. I've obviously got Captain Haaland in there as well, and for budget reasons I've gone Fabianski, Harry Wilson and Eze. Cap 270 Limited is invested in Arsenal prospects with Martinelli as captain. Champion Europe, got a bit of a triple up on Brentford assets there. And then in the All-Star Limited, doubled up on Villa players. So that's where that is at. And then my FPL team, once I've made my transfers, which I'm hoping to do before the end of the stream, is on your screen now as well. So hopefully you can see all of those. In terms of who's in already, I can see quite a number of you are getting involved. There's 50 of you watching. There's 16 likes on the stream. Let's get the likes up to 50 as well. That'll be great. And as I said, the poll is live. Does seem to be one particular favourite for captaincy on the poll as well, but obviously if all of you can get involved with that, I think we've had 50 votes on there as well, so nice to see so many of you involved already. And we'll get into some questions, so if you're in the chat, keep dropping them in. For some reason my chat's not updated. Am I on top chat rather than live chat? Here we go. Apologies if I've missed any hellos there in the process. Karen said, been a subscriber since forever, like the video. Thank you so much. Glyn is in. Ahmed is said, my captain is Salah. You'll see in my team, Ahmed, I don't even own Salah. So it's a little bit scary knowing that some of you are going to be captaining Salah this week. I think Leicester's a great fixture though. If we look at Leicester's defending in recent games, it's been really, really poor. Conceding 5 to Fulham, 2 before that to Everton, and not kept a clean sheet for a while. In fact, I don't think they've kept a clean sheet since the restart. So I'm pleased that I've at least got Trent for that fixture, but I don't hate that captain Salah. Light Ray says, happy birthday, thank you. Limfred said, good afternoon, happy birthday to you. Annie has asked, is a punt on Cisco a good alternative to McAllister? It's just minutes, it really is. And like for me, I know Brighton doubled twice, but I don't think it's essential to be tripled up on Brighton this week because the fixtures are tough, Arsenal and Newcastle. If we look at the points predictions on Fantasy Football Hub, if I filter this for Brighton midfielders, so McAllister's on a predicted 7.8, Matoma 7.3, then it's Gross, Caicedo, Buonate. Sorry, did you say Cisco is here forward? Yeah. So he's behind Welbeck and Ferguson. You know, Brighton have got a lot of players available to them, which makes it really difficult in terms of pinpointing exactly who to go for as your options there. McAllister manages to get points even when he's not trying. So I think it's really important that you just picking the right players there. I don't think it's worth a punt. Nikesh and Boo Boo, thank you very much. Nikesh also says, is it worth taking Jota out for a Wilson and Isaac double up? I mean, I don't hate that. And one thing that we've seen this morning, which is really interesting, this is from Eddie Howe today. They were on the pitch together. They weren't a partnership as such. I saw enough from Alex, so that's Isaac, to know he can play in that position. I know Callum is the number 9 in an outstanding role. Playing together is something I'll definitely consider. So that's given a lot of managers encouragement to go with the double up this week, and rightly so, to be fair. Sorry guys, I'm still really struggling with this cold today. We'll keep on though. Khalid says Trippier is a differential captain. Yeah, I mean, Isaac's winning the poll at the moment, 69%, but Wilson 18%, Trippier 7%. Trippier has been really unlucky in a recent game, so, you know, there's potential there for him. He's still the highest scoring defender in the game. But I think, I mean, if we just look at Isaac's ownership, like, he's still only in 13% of squads. Like, he is a differential captain anyway. Like, if you really wanted to be differential, I think something like going for an Isaac Wilson double up is probably better than going with a Trippier captain. Sponges said, do you think it's worth owning triple Brighton and triple Newcastle for this game week and remove players like Eze and Martinelli? Absolutely not. I mean, Palace are in great form. Martinelli's fixtures are really nice after this week, so I think you need to, you know, keep the faith with those sorts of players. I wouldn't be selling them in favour of getting those that have the doubles. I think you prioritise Newcastle over Brighton. If we just look at the points predictions for the rest of the season, this points prediction tool is fully customisable, by the way, guys, for members, and you can get 30% off your membership using the link in the chat. But if we look at the top points predictions for the rest of the season, forwards, Haaland, Isaac, Kane, Wilson, Jesus. Midfielders, we've got Rashford and Fernandes, Mahrez, De Bruyne, McAllister, Salah. You know, Saka's up there as well. Defenders, we've got Diaz, Shaw, Trent. You know, it's not all the double game week players. You've got to look at the fixtures that are still to come, not just the fixtures that are this week. You know, Liverpool's fixtures really, really nice. Leicester, Villa, Southampton, for example. Crystal Palace, really nice fixtures. Bournemouth, Fulham, Nottingham Forest. They're the 3 sides that came up this season. Shazim has said Matoma captain. Thoughts? I mean, I don't hate Matoma captain, but I prefer to go with a Newcastle asset, and I prefer Haaland as well. I mean, he got an assist last time out, but he's been way too inconsistent over the last few games. Right, I am going to go ahead with the SoRare giveaway. I don't think I've missed any usernames in the chat, so I'm just going to put all the names onto the wheel. I think we've had like 100, maybe a few more than 100. So all the names are in. We've got 101 entrants to win the Isaac card. Birthday giveaway, give it a spin. Is it working? There we go. And the winner is Sir Benny M. Just do a quick screenshot of that so that I don't lose it. Perfect. So Sir Benny M, I will get that card on SoRare transferred over to you. Back over to the... Oh, great, it's logged me out. Why does this always happen? So frustrated. I feel like every time I'm streaming, I get locked out. So I'm going to have to... I am still here, guys. I'm just going to have to get the authenticator phone off my phone, which I'm also using as the camera, which is a bit annoying. I only seem to get logged out when I'm on stream. It's really frustrating. But we're back in. Hopefully I can get myself back on screen without too many issues as well. There we go. Seamless. I've completely lost my train of thought now as well. So I'll head back over to your questions. Chris says, if you're thinking of backing Trent, Salah has to be part of the equation. He does really. I need to hope that Kane and Fernandes outscore Salah over the remaining weeks of the season. And he went from March to Fernandes, Jota to and Cisco. Interesting moves. I'm just going to jump over to the tweet deck and see if anything is happening. It should all be quiet at the moment now with the bulk of those. The bulk of the press conferences are at 1:30. Does look fairly calm out there. Let's get the stream to 50 likes then. Baby steps. Now I've lost my place in the chat. Tarbo is in from Zambia. Oh, thank you for joining. Gasman says, I have Isaac. Would you swap? Would you go Watkins to Wilson or March to Willock or McAllister? 2 free transfers, 1 to keep, 1 for next week. I think I'd go Watkins to Wilson. Let's see what De Zerbi says. But I think that would be the move that I'd make. Light Ray says, having a gin and tonic this weekend for your birthday. I will be. Had a couple yesterday, to be fair. Got the tonic chilling and some ice in the freezer. So, you know, did get a nice big bottle of gin for my birthday as well. Nelson says, any 6.5 million and under midfield alternatives to March worth taking a hit for? Maybe not taking a hit for now. If we look at midfielders under 6.5 for this week, is Joe Linton leading away from Willock, and then McAllister, Matoma, St. Max, Gross, Bruno G and Eze. If we look over the remaining weeks of the season, Casemiro comes into the equation. Eze, Paqueta. Hopefully that helps. Zoran says, Benrah to Mahrez for a hit. Already have Alvarez and Haaland. I mean, he's probably going to get the minutes this weekend, but I still don't know whether I'd take the hit. Gary says, Beshi soldiering on with that cold. I know, sorry. I can hear in my head that I don't sound great, but didn't want to miss the stream, so this is the compromise. Akshat is in. Thoughts on this team? Edison, Trent, Botman, Trippier, a stupid and greenish Salah, Matoma, Rashford, Isaac, Haaland. Yeah, that's really strong actually. 2 free transfers though. I mean, you've got a stupid and Matoma. Do you get Steele? But is he going to... Oh, you've got March on your bench. And then you've got Botman, Trippier. I mean, if you've got the 2 free transfers, I would be tempted to move Solanke on and go for... I think you can afford this. Go for Wilson up front and actually downgrade Botman, because I feel like the double attack over the double defence could be the way to go as a luxury move. If you really don't know what to do with your transfers and, you know, you're even considering burning one, that could be the thing to do. Lots of questions on Isaac or Wilson, Isaac or Matoma. For me, I think I was going to pay the extra 0.1 for Wilson. The only reason I'm going Isaac instead is that I've got the exact funds to make my moves. Obviously, Isaac's got the advantage of more minutes, but Wilson's proven that he doesn't need the minutes to get the returns. So my gut says Wilson. I quite like the differential, but both as well is huge. If you can find a way to get both, do it. Gamer has got a benching problem. 1 to start, 2 to bench of Shaw, Trent and Grealish. Oh, I mean, I think I'd play Trent. So it was a Leicester fixture where he managed to get all those points. You know, when he got a 24 one game week a few seasons ago, that was against Leicester away. I think it was a Boxing Day fixture, actually. Shamalam says, McAllister captain, don't hate it. Monjaki says, did you see my Gundo benching nightmare on Discord? Yeah, I think I did, actually. What would you do with him? I think you've got to keep him now. I think you ought to just keep him. See what happens. I don't think I've shared my Discord channel for a while, to be fair, guys. But seeing as we're on the topic of Discord, I do have my own Discord channel where you can speak with me and other FPL managers about FPL and other stuff as well. But yeah, it's a really cool place to hang out, especially with like the way Twitter's been going. So if I can find the link, I'll post it in the chat. So if you haven't joined my Discord channel and would like to, link is in the chat. Mike says, planning for 37, is Salah to Fernandes a decent move? Potentially, but I do feel like Salah could easily, you know, continue to deliver anyway. Danish just said, will Grealish start? It's far from guaranteed. Hopefully we'll get another no minutes from him rather than anything. A 1 point cameo. Eddie says, who to get for March and Greenwood? I'm thinking Joe Linton and then Cisco, maybe. Captain Joe Linton. I don't know if I'm feeling the love for Joe Linton. We've still got St. Maximin, who's going to slot back in for Newcastle, which is going to shake up their midfield players a little bit. I think I'd just do March to McAllister or move the funds into a forward. I'm guessing you haven't got the funds then. Actually, I said who to bring in the place of Botman if I bring Wilson in. I don't think it matters too much because it's probably going to be a player that's on your bench anyway. And I don't quite know how many funds you've got. I'm guessing it's like 4.5. You can let me know your funds. Lindelof, if you're not already tripled up on United, could be an option. I mean, it's slim pickings, but it's not a player that you're starting, so it's not that big a deal. Let me know how many funds you've got, chat. Gary says Wilson is a better striker. I've got to agree with him there. Light Ray says start Trent over Estupiñán. Fixtures look bad for Brighton defence. 1.6 in the bank. So does that mean you could go up to 6.1? Because in that case, I'd get a City defender. Probably Diaz. Where was we? A Stupinan. Yeah, so if we look at defenders for this week, Trent is predicted to score more than a Stupinan in one fixture. Starting a Stupinan is more fun, granted. If we just look since the international break, a Stupinan has had 11 shots, 2 big chances, no goals, XG of 0.98, 15 key passes, 1 big chance created, 1 assist. In the same time, Trent's created 8 big chances, 6 assists. So, you know, I think I'd still back Trent in one fixture over a Stupinan, to be fair. Yeah, I do sound ill. I am still ill. Like I was last week. I've basically been doing everything to try and get better, get my voice better. It's just not happening. I didn't know whether I've got hay fever on top of it or what. But I have got a new microphone and it is really good, but you're just not hearing the benefit at the moment. K-Man says, is Mahrez playing? No guarantees, but it looks like it probably will do. Thief Play also says, do I -4 to get Watkins and sell Watkins and Buon? Who's Buon? Is it? I don't know what that is. For Willock and Welbeck. I think Watkins to Welbeck sounds okay. Alap, is it worth keeping Kane or swap him for Alvarez? I think I would keep Kane. Every day of the week I'd keep Kane. We're still not at 50 likes, guys. Who's slacking on that like button today? But is it the Brighton midfield, Buonetti? You're already on him. I think I'd probably swap to Willock. Gary has said Jota in with Wilson and Haaland up front, or go Isaac in for Jota and not got Salah going differential Liverpool. I think I'd go Isaac in. Right, we're 2 minutes off all these press conferences, guys. So as I said, we're hoping to hear from Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, Leicester, Manchester United, Southampton, Spurs and West Ham. So Solly March is going to be the big one that we want news for. But there will be others as well. So do let me know in the chat as well if there's any injury news that you're really, really looking out for today. Obviously, March is going to be the big one for me. But I'm sure there will be others waiting for other news. We heard on the grapevine that potentially Zinchenko is out for the rest of the season for Arsenal. So it'd be good to get confirmation on that one. A few other things as well. I will keep answering some questions just while we're waiting for the press conference news to start coming through. Lots of questions on who's starting out of City players. It's impossible to know, really. I mean, Mahrez, you'd think that Mahrez would start and Alvarez, but it's like we're not going to get any leaks or anything. I think you just kind of have to stick with who you've got for City and hope for the best. FIFA players late to the party, says so it's your birthday. It was my birthday yesterday, but did the giveaway today. It was kind of introduced it yesterday, gave it away today. Musa is in as well. Eddie says, one of my 2 frees. If I do March to McAllister, then I can't get Newcastle forward. Or go Joe Linton for March and then Cisco and for Greenwood. I think I'd just do March to McAllister. Let's see what De Zerbi says now. Shamalan says start Martinelli 2 against Brighton. Yeah, do that. I think Arsenal won a reverse fixture like 4-2. Linford says free hit team for this week. I will come back to that one, but you know, it's probably going to be something like... Hang on, I've probably made one somewhere. I'll be able to show you the hub one in a minute, but I don't want to lose the press conference stuff now. So I'll come back to that one. FPL Harry is in. Thank you for joining, Harry. He says hello, hello, hello. In terms of Southampton, the manager is saying we're not mathematically there, so we're going to go for it, which they have to. But, you know, I think the writing is on the wall. Apologies to any Southampton fans that are in today. Musa says, please help with the bench dilemma. Which one player would you bench from McAllister, Mitoma, Salah, Rashford, Willock, or Kane? I currently have Rashford benched. That is tough. Probably Mitoma. Right, Arteta has said Saliba is not fit for this game and a doubt for the next game. So he's not completely ruled out for the season. I doubt anyone's still got him though, to be fair. But I'll put it in the chat anyway. Shyamalan says Kane dilemma to start. You've got to start Kane. Good fixture, in my opinion. On pens, in form. Chris says Salah another option to captain. Yeah, it's probably a bit misleading, the poll, because there's 3 Newcastle players in Haaland and no other option. But yeah, Salah's fine to captain. Shyamalan says, sure, play home, clean sheet this week. Yeah, I think something like 2/3 of United's clean sheets have come at home. Maybe it's 10 or 15. I think, something like that. You know, Wolves are a team that do struggle to score goals. Kind of safe now as well. Joachim says, drop Haaland to the bench this game week. Now, that it would be brave. I don't think I would do it. Andrew has said, Wilson and Isaac in for Kane and Greenwood, 2 frees. I personally wouldn't lose Kane. You need a route to get him back for 37 or 38. News on Ake, much better, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Training in a few hours and we will see. Classic Pep. He does his press conferences before his final training sessions. Never gives us the news that we need. Zebra said, worth taking a hit in 37 for Bruno and Alvarez in place of Isaac and Grealish. I mean, 37's a bit of a while away, especially because we've got all of these fixtures. The midweek Champions League for City as well. I'm not convinced Alvarez plays though. Musa said, hello FPL Harry, thanks for joining. I see where you got your intel from. I mean, I pity anyone that has copied my team this season because it's been a challenging one. Harry's been absolutely bossing it. Right, Chilwell is ruled out for Chelsea, as are Mount and James. They may have a chance to play a game this season, though. I feel like this... that wasn't updated, which is annoying. No sign of the Brighton presser yet. Fafana looks like he's back for Chelsea. Cucurella out as well, though. A lot of injuries to their fullbacks. Seems to be quite a bit going on then. Nothing on Zinchenko yet, although I think the writing's on the wall there. Nothing in terms of March yet either. While we're waiting, I will put on, I can't remember who asked now, the free hit team for this week. So you can get the free hit, the optimal free hit team for the week on Fantasy Football Hub using the My Team tool. Sorry, I need to mute. So if you go on the free hit tab, it does just generate the best free hit tool team for the week. It all is generated back from the points predictions. But yeah, triple up on Newcastle is Isaac Trippier share. Triple up on Brighton is McAllister, Matoma, Steele. And then Trent and Salah make it in. Rashford and Fernandes and Haaland. So that's a big warning for anyone looking to bench Haaland, Salah, Rashford, Fernandes or Trent this week. It's very quiet on these press conference updates. Give it a refresh, check that everything's working. Everything should be. Zuba says Chelsea assets. Sick. We may look at them next week, though. I mean, I doubt it, to be fair, but could be a differential or two. It's the fixtures, isn't it? City and United. Hang on, let me get the right tab. We need to be back on the tweet deck, don't we? Joachim, inform teams in the Premier League. What is your top 4, Holly? That's a difficult one. I think we've got to say Man City. They're in there. I think you could probably say that Arsenal are back in there. Actually, let's have a look at the table. The table should give us... If I stretch this, I'm going to lose it. It's going to send everything crazy. So, City have won their last 5. Liverpool have won their last 5. I don't think there's any other teams that are unbeaten in the last 5, but it's always useful to look at. Hopefully I've not lost everything now. Just check that everything looks okay. Yeah, we're okay. Right, I'll keep the tweet deck open because I don't want to miss anything. Right, this is interesting from Pep on Haaland. He has a really intense game in Madrid. He could not have done if tired. I would say, yeah, he could go a while. I think it's fine. Don't know what that means. What does that mean? Confirmed Zinchenko's out for the rest of the season by lots of things. Interesting. Very interesting. Nikki says start 2 of the following: Shaw, Stones, Rashford, Martinelli. I think I'd just go Rashford and Martinelli. Definitely Rashford. There's no guarantees on, you know, minutes for Stones. Harry said, cheers, Pep. So conclusive and not confusing at all. Story of my life. When I look back on these press conference streams at the end of the season, I'm just going to associate them with Pep and his stupid comments. Not stupid, I've been a bit harsh, but, you know, comments that aren't particularly helpful for FPL managers. Daryl says, is it worth... Oh, sorry, I've missed the question. John says Steele or Kepa. I think you go Steele. If he loses his place, you've got Kepa. Daryl says, is it worth bringing in Wilson and having both him and Isaac, or bringing Mahrez, who doubles next game week, or go for McAllister? I like the move for Wilson, but you do need to actually just look at how your team is set up for the next few games as well. So if you use the My Team tool on the hub, you can set it up for 37 and for 38 and see where you are, which is quite helpful. Shyamalan's starting Kepa this week over who? Jockum says, great you investigate using statistics. Thank you. Zuba said, get back on the FPL pod. I don't think I've ever been on the FPL pod. Used to do the official FPL show. Never done the pod though. Shyamalan says, Odegaard, scary form now. I agree. Don't really know where it's come from either. It's just weird. I think basically since I dropped him, he's just gone a mega run. I think I had Martinelli for a bit, dropped him for Odegaard, and then Odegaard blanked and Martinelli went on a run. And then since I dropped Martinelli, it's been Odegaard, then it's delivered. Gary said Pep is the next Prime Minister material. Please no, save us. Can you imagine? Rudrat, what to do with Ake? Very disappointing in recent game weeks. I mean, I think he'll be back. I think you've got to just go with it now and hope for the best. Right, we've got the stream to 50 likes. Can we get it to 100, do we think? I did say, it's probably a bit ambitious if I'm honest, that it'd be great to get to 18k subs. I'm about 50 off at the moment though. Don't think that will happen. But let's get the stream to 100 likes. There's over 150 of you watching at the moment. So there'll be plenty of you that haven't done it yet. Nothing from De Zerbi yet. Don't know where he's gone. Late, I suppose. Eking out every last minute of my time. It's fine. Just the cold. Zuba, you really going for it in the capital letters. I'm not in charge of the pod. I wish it was as easy as saying, I want to be on the FPL pod and then being on it. It looks like Ten Hag's press conference is coming at 2 o'clock. So maybe, probably need to hold off on the transfers just a little bit longer. Harry says Kepa over Edison. You've got to agree there. Gazman says, can I start Johnston over Edison this week? I think I'd go Edison of those two. Let's have a look what the predictions are looking like. Edison's high, 4.1. Having to scroll, and you know it's not going to be great if you have to click load more. Johnston's on 3.4. Shamlan says Edison not clean sheets, I think, but Man City wins 3-1. FPL Harry said De Zerbi always late. Well, he should know. The stream is live. If I'm streaming, we need the info and we need it quick. FPL Clue has asked Wilson or Isaac. Do you know what? I'm going to put this to a poll. Because I think the captain poll's pretty concluded now. So let's say Isaac v Wilson, and the options are Isaac, Wilson, both, or neither. See what we get. Go vote now. Had over 200 votes on the captain poll. 61% going Isaac captain, 17% going Wilson. So on this poll, don't vote for who you've got. Just vote if you had the choice, what would you do? What do you think's optimal? Eddie says, if I get McAllister, who to captain? Haaland, Trippier, McAllister, Kane or Matoma? I'd say Haaland or Trippier. So, it sounds like Arteta hasn't ruled out Zinchenko for the season. Who knows? So much, different information this week. Injury news from Leicester. Ricardo back in full training. Iheanacho back for Newcastle. That's 37, isn't it, that one? Is it 37? Yeah, Monday night. Yeah, there's a lot to weigh up at the moment with all these injuries. Nikki says, I hope March hasn't made a miraculous recovery. I went early on the switch to McAllister. We kind of just need clarification now so that we can make our moves. I was planning on having a little nana nap after the stream, but if De Zerbi's going to be late, I'm not going to manage it. I'm not being lazy, guys. I was up at 5 with my 2-year-old who's decided that 5 o'clock is an acceptable time to be up. Nelson said, Rashford is on my bench right now. I still prefer Arsenal mids. Oh, I'd play Rashford over Arsenal mids, I think. He scored in a reverse fixture. Zuba says, people who move to Big Mac, March comes in for the second game and gets more. I mean, probably if this is FPL, anything could happen. FPL Clue is waiting for March news. I think all of us are. There's 158 people on this stream alone waiting for March news. Let's get it to 100 likes then. We're nearly there. In terms of the poll, we've had 46 votes so far. Isaac is leading the way, 47%. Wilson, 23%. Both, 28%. Neither, 2%. I think I'm in the Wilson / both camp. But I am going to get Isaac in my team because I've not got the extra 0.1 for Wilson. And then I'm going to captain him as well, just to double down on the decision. FIFA player says 5 AM is an acceptable time. Not in my book, it isn't. Definitely not. But me and my other half do alternate, so at least I get the lie in tomorrow. Rudrat says sell or keep Trent is definitely a keep. Liverpool have got, I know they've only got single game weeks, but they've got the best fixtures till the end of the season. Trent's out of position. Leicester, Aston Villa, Southampton is a lovely run of fixtures. Shame there's just the one home game in there. But it looks since he's moved into midfield, 5-9, 5-5, 4-7-7. Like, it's a no-brainer. Joachim says, hope for us non-Liverpool owners that Leicester find some form. Yeah, I need Salah to be quiet. I think I'd celebrate a Salah blank more than an Isaac Captain Hall this week. But as I said, I am going to Leeds v Newcastle. I'll be in the Leeds stand, so, you know, I can't look pleased if Isaac scores. If you're at the game and you see me, pretend you've not seen this. Don't want to get chucked out. Oh, it's all happening, isn't it? Right, where do we think De Zerbi is then? Let me know in the chat why you think he's late. If you've got any inside intel on where he is, why he's late, why he's letting down all these FPL managers. Harry said he is always late. But I mean, this is 22 minutes late now. I mean, late for me is 10 minutes. Gary says, Liverpool have got a good chance of a big score this week. And many scorers like Jota next week, if a whole transfer, can go triple, double game week players from Manchester teams. Yeah, I think there's more upside with the fixtures in 37. So I think there's an advantage to rolling transfers into next week. It's nice to have 2 frees for game week 38 as well. Harry says apparently it's actually at 2. Okay. We'll keep plugging away, guys. Maybe if I could have like a quick 7-minute nap now. I'm joking. Keep the questions coming then, guys, because I am going to have time to get through them. Pretty much up to date on the chat for a change. Nikki says he's waiting for the March price drop. McAllister rise to troll us. Oh dear. James has said Odegaard or McAllister. I mean, Odegaard is a good pick, really. You've got to think, you know, his form in recent games. But McAllister, he's just got that knack. They're quite similar, aren't they, really? I think you've got to trust the fixtures, though. Alan has asked for Ake news. It's a traditional... we'll wait and see how he does in training today, but I think he should be back. Marcus has said 6.6 million or under midfielder. Already tripled up on Man United, Newcastle and Brighton. Eze? Roland, 2 free transfers. March and Diaz to Matoma and Ake. Or all the transfers. That's a tricky one, that one. I don't think I'd go to Ake. Can you go from March to another Brighton mid? Can you go from match to gross? Or this, can't say his name. What? No. I'm not even going to try. That one, though. You know who I mean. Buonate. Seems a bit steady on the tweet deck. Just going to give it a refresh. Just a bit steady on that tab by lots of things. Ellie has said, should I go De Bruyne to Salah or Martial to Wilson or Isaac? I think I'd do the Martial move. Zuba, I got 36 points last week, had Totti third bench. This game week can't come sooner. I think I was worse than that. Blanked it from my mind, 31. Shocking. I need a good game week this game week. Adrian has said John Stones or Akanji this weekend. I mean, it's hard to know which one starts. That's the problem. I think my gut would say Stones. Nelson has said Allison or Kepa. Allison probably just... Kepa just because he's got the home game. Haruki-san says Grealish or a -4 for McAllister. I don't think it's worth a hit, personally. K-Man says Watkins out for who? 9.3 million in the bank. I have Haaland and Isaac up front, tripled on Newcastle and Brighton, or roll it. I think I'd just roll it if that's the case. I think it makes sense. Joachim says, are you chasing or content? I'm chasing. Need to get in the top 100k before the end of the season. Can't remember how far off I am now. It's like, it might be 30 points now. It was 25 before. 31 points off. I mean, it's just as easy for me to drop back to the top 300k. FPL Clue says, I don't see any other content creator doing a press conference stream. Good job. It really helps. Time is also good. 8 a.m. Toronto every Friday. Well, we truly are global. Thank you, though, FPL Clue. Especially today when the voice is struggling and bunged up. It's good to know that you're enjoying the content still. I do feel like this could be the longest one. I try and keep them under an hour just because, you know, if anyone wants to watch back, it's a bit more appealing if it's less than an hour. But we've got to keep it in mind. Sorry, I'm just tweeting to let people know that we're still live. Brighton just tweeted, did they? Roberto will speak to the press soon. That is what we need. Come on, De Zerbi, don't let us down. If he gives us rubbish news now, I'm going to be so annoyed. We need, like, something solid. Marcus says, do we think Steele keeps his place? I think he'll maybe get one more chance. But, you know, any more mistakes and I think that'll be it. Adrian says, would it be best to keep Ake on the sideline and fully fit for Champions League. Potentially, but got to still get the results in the Prem. And, you know, Everton have got a lot to play for. Battling relegation. Roland said considered, but I need to learn how to say this now. Buonanotte seems weak. Maybe a good compromise to keep both transfers. Yeah, I've got to agree there. Right, March is out. Here we go. We are not in such good condition, but we will decide on the squad tomorrow. March Webster won't be available for Sunday, but Evan Ferguson is. That's what we needed. Don't know. I mean, we could do with knowing. I'll put it as pinned. I'll also put it again in the chat just in case we not seen it. That's good that we know though. So I think that's basically going to lock my transfers in. I would be interested to know how long I'll be out for. For the last 5 games, we won't have so many players and we'll have to organise step by step. I need to check what this Man United tweet is as well. I don't know what United have been doing with their pressers, but it's like they have it. I think they have it embargoed for their channel and then all comes out at 2. Fresh injury. Was that Rashford? Rashford is a doubt. More than doubtful, so there's a big question mark. Oh, God's sake. Right, Rashford news as well then, guys. Do not captain Rashford. That is a curveball. That is a big curveball. You need a good first sub. That's what I can say. That's come out of nowhere. And I think I literally only said on stream last week that it's been a while since we've had like any like curveball like surprise injuries. Sorry, that sigh was really loud. Let me read it properly. He has a problem, an injury to his leg, so it's a question mark for tomorrow. I mean, it's making for an exciting stream. It's not the sort of excitement we wanted or needed. Curve ball. Right. I feel like I've lost my head now. Is it good news for Bruno Fernandes? I mean... the problem is we need Rashford for 37. But if he's not been ruled out, surely that's good for 37. Is it? I don't know. I mean, my first sub at the moment is Luke Shaw, so it's not the worst thing. But I mean, it's pretty rubbish. I mean, I'm glad I've not made my transfers yet. I don't think it impacts my transfers, though. I think if you own Rashford and you've got a decent first sub, you just start Rashford, hope for the best, and if he plays no minutes, your first sub comes in. So who is your first sub? Alicia says play Steele or Raya. Steele. I don't know about if Welbeck plays, if Ferguson's back. I see Harry on Twitter saying start Trent, bench Rashford. I think for those managers that maybe had a bit of a benching dilemma this week anyway, and had someone like a Kane or a Trent or whatever potentially drop into the bench, I think maybe you do bench Rashford. Oh, I don't know. Look at this, more on Solly March. Cannot say whether he plays again this season. Sounds rather doubtful. This stream has got a whole lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I can't believe it. It is kicking off. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, Rashford. That's a proper curveball. Have we had all the press conferences now then? Seen Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, not affect me. Leicester doesn't affect me. Spurs. Not seen anything from Spurs. I don't think I'm going to make my transfers on the stream, guys, because just in case anything else comes up. But I think my moves are still going to be the same planned moves. If you've got any questions, though, get them in quickly, because I don't know how much longer my voice is going to hold out for. I think it'll still be the same moves for me. Still 3-4-3. Luke Shaw first sub. But I'll post my final team in a bit. Anyway. I think the message is, if you've got any big bench dilemmas, then bench Rashford now. Oh, we made it to the 100 likes. Finally. I can go away a happy woman. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys, because, you know, I've been here for a lot longer than I anticipated. Voice isn't great, so, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. But thanks so much for joining, everyone. Have a good game week, and I'll be back soon with another video.